Strap on your seatbelts. I am going to review the top 50, maybe 100 market cap cryptocurrencies. All right. Now, the first two, Bitcoin and Ethereum, in my portfolio recommendations, I'm going to make a new video on that shortly. You can subscribe if you don't want to miss it. I say 70% or more of your crypto portfolio should be in Ethereum. You know, Bitcoin, I'm not a big fan. If you're a beginner, you know, it's fine. Bitcoin and Ethereum are fine. Whatever percent, 100% of your crypto investment in I would definitely have some Ethereum, okay? But this video, I want to really spend my time going through all the others, sort of quickly to give an overview, okay? Tether is the largest dollar-pegged coin, dollar price coin. You see here it's $1.02 today. People call these stable coins. There's a lot of them. Tether is backed by dollars. Supposedly, we don't know how many dollars back it. It's probably enough to defend the peg. However, Tether is at risk, I think, always of the government coming attacking it. I never hold Tether. If you were ever going to buy Tether because you're trading in some exchange, try not to hold it for more than an hour, like in and out, right, for trading. But otherwise, I wouldn't get near it. XRP is a shitcoin. No use case. No one's using it. The company, Ripple, pays some companies to test their product, and there's no use case. And even if they find a use case someday, there's no reason why the token XRP needs to have any value. So it's kind of silly. So Chainlink, oracles are very important in crypto. Oracles, I don't even want to get into it in this video. Oracles are very important for a lot of smart contract applications. Chainlink is good. Chainlink, the company, Chainlink, the corporation, is very good at providing those oracles. But there's a couple things. Chainlink is not decentralized. It's not a decentralized oracle, and a lot of oracle systems, decentralized oracle systems, are launching to compete with Chainlink, and I think the decentralized ones will win. If nothing else, a lot of competition was early. Chainlink was one of the first to offer oracles to smart contracts. They do a good job at it. It's a great corporation. They charge money for their services. They do a good job, but it's not a decentralized system, and the token isn't decentralized. I certainly wouldn't get near it at these prices. You know, I might have said that $10 ago when it was at $4. So when everything goes up, everything goes up. When everything goes down, it all goes down. Picking the winners, though, the winners will go up more and the losers will go down more. I don't like Chainlink. Litecoin is an abandoned project. Litecoin did have a use case in 2014, 2015, when Bitcoin would get slow and overloaded, and even a little bit in 2017. People would use Litecoin because it was cheaper and faster if Bitcoin was being bogged down. That use case no longer makes any sense. In 2017, the founder, Charlie Lee, in December 2017, peak of the bubble, he went on TV shows for a whole week, rode the price up to its ultimate high, sold all of it, and since then the project has been abandoned. Nobody works on it. It's just a token used by manipulators to suck money from the idiots who still hold it. Polkadot. So this current bull run that we are in. Now, the bull could end at any time, but as long as the central bank is printing trillions of dollars, the bull keeps running. Polkadot, so in this bull run, is being led by Ethereum and DeFi on Ethereum. And just for a little historical perspective, the 2017 bull run was Ethereum, was led by ICOs on Ethereum. And the bull market before that, 2014, was Bitcoin. Was Bitcoin store value, Bitcoin payments, and a lot of crime on Bitcoin. That was 2014. But anyways, here we are, 2020. It's DeFi on Ethereum. Polkadot is an idea there used to be a lot of chains that launched in 2017 that people called Ethereum killers. No one says that anymore because nobody really thinks anything is going to kill Ethereum. Now it's a question of, can they find a niche? Can they have some use case? Will anybody use any of these other chains is the thing, and I'm sure some will. So in this bull run, I don't like any of the former Ethereum killers. Maybe in the next bull run, if Polkadot is awesome and actually gets users and has real things happening, maybe in the next bull run, but I wouldn't touch it here. Bitcoin Cash is a shit coin. Just the team behind Bitcoin Cash is just it's sort of a clown show. They, you know, I don't know how to dumb this down, how to say it simply. It's just stupid all around. No use case. Nobody uses it. And there's no hope. Binance, so I love the company Binance. They are the leading company that helps all over the world people go from their fiat local currency into crypto. And so, you know, that's a great business. And CZ, the founder, I love. He's cool, smart guy, and he loves his token. So it probably does okay, I think, but again, this bull run is DeFi on Ethereum. Binance is not that. And if you live in America, like me, this is easily attacked by the U.S. government. You can't really, and Binance is not there. They have a decentralized exchange, but it's not really decentralized. The BNB token, I could get an account and own it, but I can't move it anywhere. It's totally not decentralized, especially if you're in America. So I avoid it, and it's not for me now. Cardano, shitcoin. It is a professor coin, some people call it. You know, if somebody ever said to you, I have a business idea and it's going to be run by a college, you know, by a professor and all of his professor buddies, what do you think? I would think you'd want to run away, but for some reason there's a bunch of people who think that's a good idea. They are perfectionists who will never launch. Cardano has been saying, we will be decentralized in 6 months. And they've been saying that since 2017. Although for a brief period, a few months ago, they said that they were doing an upgrade and they were going to be decentralized in 1 month. And then that came and went, and now we're back to 6 months again. Strange. And people, it's sort of like this super intellectual crowd for people who I think that they're being intellectual because they believe the bullshit that's being fed. Listen, I don't know. Maybe Cardano will get something going someday, but I've sort of hated it since 2017. Bitcoin SV is the ultimate shitcoin, the king of shitcoins. Its founder, Craig Wright, is a proven fraud, a scammer, and also really just a bad human being. I wouldn't touch anything close to Bitcoin SV. It is toxic. USD coin. This is a dollar peg token, stable coin, backed by dollars. This is Coinbase's dollar token, regulated New York City, United States. It is probably backed 1-to-1 with US dollars. Coinbase, you know, as an American with an account for 5 years, I trust they will trade my USD coins for dollars. You know, this is not decentralized, but at the same time, for dollars, I have money in Bank of America. That's not decentralized. It's like, I love decentralization for investing, but not everything can be. Nevertheless, USD coin is really sort of moving in the Ethereum DeFi world where this bull market happens. You can take those dollars that I trust those dollars from Coinbase, and you can lock it up in, yearn.finance and earn what, I don't know, these days it's 6 or 7% a year APY. There's other places you can earn some interest on those dollars. I like that use case. People are starting to use USD coin. It's coming along. I like it. as an option. EOS, a shitcoin. It's become it was never really decentralized. I never thought it was going to be decentralized. It almost immediately started centralizing when it launched. It's become sort of a Chinese cartel. There's a few, block servers, what do they call them? Block producers in China that collude. There's no projects that work or on EOS. There's a few believers still out there, I guess, but there's no chance at this thing, really. Well, the only chance, hold on, I got sun in my face, is, in China, but it's not decentralized. I don't know. It's a shitcoin to me. I would avoid it. Wrapped Bitcoin. The most exciting thing happening to Bitcoin is Bitcoin on Ethereum, so you can earn yield. I like wrapped Bitcoin. I like, instead of owning regular Bitcoin, I like to own wrapped Bitcoin, lock it up, and earn yield. And that's for other videos on all the different ways you can earn yield on your Bitcoin on Ethereum, but I like it. Monero, so there's two leading privacy tokens. I would say Monero and Zcash. First of all, the whole privacy token question is privacy a token or is it a feature? In other words, will there just be technology built into the Ethereum blockchain and Ethereum applications that allow you to have privacy? And so you don't need a privacy token. It's sort of just a feature that you can attach to any token. I sort of feel like that happens in the long run, but one thing I've learned is that when the long run's 20 years, the short run matters. So, for now, they do have better privacy. Those two tokens I'm talking about. I prefer the Zcash option. Monero, I don't know. This is not a shit coin. Neither of those are. And it's sort of beyond my ability to predict the value on either of those. I like Zcash if I was, for a tiny bit. Again, my video on portfolio recommendation, I throw Zcash in there as something you can hold a tiny percent in and hope you get lucky. Tron, another shitcoin. Tron is the founder, Justin's son. I like to say that there's a fine line between being good at marketing and being a scammer. Justin's son crosses that line frequently. He's pretty much a scammer and a bullshitter. And it's not, again, another one of these networks that is pretending to be decentralized. It's not, and it's just like gambling games. And, Justin's son is, he's always lying about something. And, it's annoying. And I wouldn't get near it. I would not trust this network with any of my money. Stellar, I was a big fan of Stellar in 2017 because at the time it was one of the only decentralized networks up and running, and had stuff happening, and they were working with IBM, which turned out to be a bit of a, IBM does what IBM does, gets in its own way, and nothing friggin' ever launched there. And Stellar, though, I love the founder, Jed McCaleb, and they're working on an app for Latin America, for, instant free trading of dollar peg tokens. Could be a killer app. Hasn't launched yet. When it does, maybe it becomes a killer app. If it becomes a killer app, then we can start asking the next question will any value accrue to the XLM token? In other words, the way the Stellar network works, similar to XRP, is you don't need the token, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum require a high price in their native token because that is what is used to secure the network. For Stellar and XRP, you don't need, and it was actually developed, the token is just needed to prevent spam, and it doesn't need to be priced more than a tenth of a penny. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't hold Stellar, but I like the project. I follow it. DAI, so another dollar peg token. DAI is the only. There's others launching, but the only real one of value is a decentralized dollar peg token is DAI, DAI. This is from MakerDAO. Basically, DAI is backed, over collateralized with, it used to be just Ethereum. Now a lot of So basically, you have a DAI token, which is priced at $1. If there was ever, end of world situation and they needed to liquidate, you would get collateral that is used to back that dollar. And there's something like, let's just say, there's $1.50 to back, $1.50 in collateral to back your $1 in DAI token. So I trust it. It almost always trades over $1. But CDAI. Okay, now we're getting in the deep end of the pool here. I'll just try quickly. There's an application called Compound, which is part of the Ethereum DeFi bull. Compound Finance, you can lock up your DAI, earn yield, and it gives you with this token CDAI, which basically is DAI earning interest. Okay, this is the deep end of the pool, don't worry about it. OKB is so there's a thing. This is the OK is a what do you call it? OKX is an exchange, a centralized exchange in China. It's one of these ones a lot of criminals use. Huobi is another one. I would avoid. I don't like investing in things that mix with criminals. And also exchange tokens, centralized exchange tokens I don't think there's great value there. I wouldn't touch this one. Tezos is one of these former Ethereum killers. Now the question is, will they find a use case? Maybe they will. Again, for the Ethereum DeFi bull run, I don't need Tezos in my portfolio. If it survives and is doing well after we have our boom and it busts, and 3 years from now, if Tezos is looking good, maybe for the next bull run. Crypto.com, actually don't know much about it. I'll have to skip that one. Cosmos, another former Ethereum killer theory. Again, not Ethereum DeFi, not in this bull run. Again, I say not in this bull run. It'll go up. Everything will go up. BSV, the ultimate shitcoin, will go up if everything goes up, but not as much. And if Cosmos doesn't get the traction, when the crash comes, some of the real shitcoins or things that die out will go down and never come back. So be careful. I don't think you need to be in this now. Leo token. This was something part of this, a centralized exchange. Bitfinex had an issue, long story. This was something they used to raise funds to cover a problem, and might be good, might get a return. I don't know. I don't follow it. It's not a shitcoin. It's just, it's not in my wheelhouse of study. Neo is another shitcoin. Neo is basically a database used to raise money from morons. It is not decentralized. Again, it's just a thing that people have used to raise money from dummies. Mostly in 2017, it was like, in fact, one of my first videos, a video that put me on the map. Neo was at $50 in 2017, shortly after their ICO. And I made a video that began with, "Don't buy Neo." Oh my God, I got 100 thumbs down in about 10 seconds. I was like, wow, good for me. So, Filecoin. This is, again, it's not Ethereum DeFi. This is maybe in the next bubble. There's an idea of having decentralized storage, decentralized computer storage. Great idea. I'm not an expert on it. I'm focused on Ethereum DeFi. This thing, they did the ICO in 2017, raised a shitload of money, 100 million or more. This thing took forever to launch. Finally just launched. So, is it going to work? Is it going to take off? Go viral? I have no idea. It's too early for me. Again, in the next bubble, I'll take a look-see. Or after the next crash, then when the dust starts to settle, we see what's cool, and maybe something other than Ethereum DeFi will be cool, and Filecoin could be one of those things. Who knows? But not for today. NEM, I never could understand this thing, even in 2017. What the fuck do they do? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't even know to call it a shitcoin. Every time I study and look at it, I'm like, wait, what is this? I don't know what the value is. DAI, I sort of talked about already. This is DAI, and if you lock it into Compound, you get CDAI, which was the other one we talked about. Huobi, again, this is a Chinese centralized, crypto exchange that, lets criminals use it, I would avoid. Aave. This is Ethereum DeFi. This is the deep end of the pool. I don't even swim in this. There's sharks. So Aave is one of these decentralized protocols for borrowing and lending, and they have a thing called flash loans. I won't get into it in this video. It's a new thing that I won't even try to explain it right now. But bottom line is, for me, it's too new. I want to see this thing doing well for a year. The price has already run up a ton. For those of you who think you understand and you want to jump in, not only is it risky, whether this thing continues to thrive, but the price has gone up a lot. Hey, maybe it keeps going more. It's a great DeFi. It's part of the Ethereum DeFi bull for sure, but it's sort of too hard for me. Yearn Finance. I love Yearn Finance. I love Andre Cronje. And I'm not talking about necessarily loving the token, for those of you jumping and buying already because I said I love it. I love Yearn Finance as a place. Remember I said USDC, dollar peg token. DAI, dollar peg token. Instead of letting your money sit in Bank of America earning 0, you can take that dollar, turn it into DAI or USDC, go to Yearn Finance, lock it up. The DAI interest at Yearn Finance is, 10% or more usually. And it's pretty safe. I trust it with some of my money. These things are new. It's smart contracts. It's not easy. Something could go wrong. Don't call me crying if you lose all your money. Now, Wi-Fi, the token for Yearn Finance. Now, I don't own, because again, this is another one that's just, it's a little too over my pay grade, over my ability to wrap my head around things. I only invest in shit that I understand deeply. And you know why? Because when the price goes down 80%, and you start to look in the mirror and wonder if you're an idiot, and that's when you sell, if you don't know what you're doing. If Ethereum falls by 80%, I don't give a shit, I buy more. Yearn Finance, I don't know what's going on. It falls by 80%. I'm going to be like, oh shit, maybe I'm wrong. I can't understand it enough. It's also, there's something called governance tokens, which is a whole long story of what a governance token is. Look it up on the internet. I won't get into it here, but Wi-Fi is sort of the governance token of governance tokens. Yearn Finance, you can also look at it. It looks like it's like a hedge fund. And Wi-Fi is the people that earn the 2%, 220, right? Is what it's sort of morphing into. Wi-Fi is sort of like owning a hedge fund for crypto. Probably awesome. But the price of this, it was, 30, how high did it probably went to like 40,000. It fell to 8,000. Well, first of all, it launched 2 months ago at like, 1,000. Went to 40,000. Fell to 8,000 a couple weeks ago. Now it's at 30. Again, deep end of the pool. Be very careful. Bring your life jacket. And most of the people who watch me, most of you, you're a bunch of guys under 30 years old. There's no fucking way you know how to invest. Trust me. And I don't say this like, oh, I'm so smart. I'm 52 and I got the scars to prove the education that I've learned over the years. Be careful. Losing all your money sucks. And I'm going to make another video, too, about what I would do if I was 25. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Uniswap. So I love Uniswap. Again, now I'll go deeper into this when I do my portfolio recommendation video. But Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. We call it a automatic market maker, which is a system of trading that I think disrupts all legacy financial system order book trading. In other words, I believe that automated market maker, crypto, Ethereum, DeFi, decentralized exchanges are going to disrupt the New York Stock Exchange. Again, long story. I just did a post on this yesterday on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Dave Levine 0, the number 0. COM. On Twitter, I just wrote about my thoughts there on Uniswap or automatic market makers disrupting order book exchanges. Difficult concept to explain. I'd love to get more feedback on it because it's an interesting thought. Celsius Network, this is not DeFi on Ethereum. Okay, I'm going to repeat myself. Celsius, it's not decentralized. It's not DeFi. It's a borrowing and lending system, which is part of borrowing and lending. Decentralized borrowing and lending is DeFi. Celsius is not decentralized. Okay, and they sort of pretend that they're decentralized and pretend that they're not, like fractional reserve lending going on, and they sort of hiding the risk. I feel like a lot of people are sort of thinking that this is safer than it is. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go bankrupt tomorrow. We're in a bull market, whatever. But I don't mess with this sort of thing. I don't like to have to worry. And the guy who runs it, I forget his name, smart guy, he's been successful, and I'm not even saying the thing is going to go down. Keep in mind, all of these, even I say the ultimate shitcoin, if Bitcoin goes up by 100%, BSV, the ultimate shitcoin, will probably go up some high amount as well. And so will Celsius. So everybody who tells me, oh, you're wrong because it goes up a lot. I don't invest because I think prices are going up. I invest because the fundamentals are awesome. And also it aligns with my long-term view of what works. And I am invested in DeFi on Ethereum for this bull run. That is my focus. That is my conviction. And that doesn't mean that Amazon stock won't go up. It's not Ethereum on DeFi, but that stock might be good, and Warren Buffett's holdings may do great. That's just not what I'm talking about here. And I'm not investing in Celsius because that's not my thing. And it's not Ethereum DeFi. Okay? But I do get annoyed that, people think it is, and they sort of got caught on Twitter making a comment. Someone from Celsius made a comment that transparency is the hardest part of DeFi. It's like, transparency is DeFi. Like, they're not DeFi. That's why the transparency is difficult, because they're not DeFi. They can't be transparent because they're hiding the fact that they're not open with all their money, and it's... Okay, let's go on. Dash was the darling of 2017 bull run. I don't see any use case. I don't think anyone's using it. It's still around, I guess, but, and I haven't followed it that closely. I don't think anything's going on. I'd avoid it. VeChain. So this, again, in 2017, we were all excited for a hot minute about the idea that supply chain systems could be improved with blockchain. And I understand the whole theory of it, and at first I was enamored as well. Everyone shares one database. The problem is, in general, like crypto and DeFi, it's all awesome. But as soon as you try to connect the crypto world with the real world, like that bridge, introduces a ton of complexities. So supply chain is trying to connect the real world, this product, with the blockchain, making that bridge. And it's like, the software for tracking the supply chain is awesome on blockchain, maybe. But what about somebody has to enter the data from that product or scan the barcode, and they can scan a different product and then switch the products, right? So it's like, I don't get it. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'm sure someday they'll probably figure something out, but I don't think it's today. And so I wouldn't get near this. IOTA is a shitcoin, full-on shitcoin. It's actually not a blockchain. It's a DAG, which I can't remember what the heck that stands for. It's a different way of doing a blockchain, and it was exciting for a minute in 2017 until you really researched. And then MIT came out with research on it, which really it's not decentralized, and it's not even a system that appears to really work. And it's a shitcoin. Synthetics Network, this is Ethereum DeFi. I don't hodl this one because I played with it, I studied it. I don't know. I had bad vibes on it, and literally bad vibes. And I didn't like the way it worked, and I found things slow, and I felt like fees were high when I didn't know. Fees popped up when I didn't think there would be fees, and it just felt a little shady to me. On the other hand, The guy, the founder, Kane, I follow on Twitter. I only follow 66 people on Twitter. Only legends. And that's where I get all my news. I don't watch entertainment news channels on cable. And I don't read, the Wall Street Dummy Journal. I get my news from geniuses. He's one of the guys I follow. I like following. He's a smart guy. But I don't hold the SNX. And I say this as somebody who at 30 cents decided not to buy it, right? Whatever. Now it's like almost $6. So, whatever. But again, this is Ethereum DeFi. You got to be careful though when you're dealing with these things. It's like it's hot today and it's cold tomorrow. You got to be very careful. If you love most of you, my advice is you listen to me. You think this is interesting. Do your investing. If you want to buy one of these things, buy a tiny bit. And most of your money, if you love DeFi on Ethereum, just own Ethereum. Keep it simple. CETH, this is Ethereum locked in compound, earns very little interest, but it's a way to earn a little bit of interest on your Ethereum. Binance USD, this is Binance's dollar peg token. As an American, I'm not allowed to go on Binance because, I guess, Trump and Biden are protecting me. I mean, between my moronic governor Newsom and Los Angeles City Garcetti protecting me. I mean, it's all I need is another moron protecting me. Anyways, Binance USD is not, and it's, I don't know. For dollar peg tokens, DC coin, DAI, and also Gemini has a coin. I like Gemini. What are their names there? The Winklevi. I sort of trust them, though that's probably fine. I don't mess with this Binance thing. I'm a little worried because governments and the U.S. government will hate Binance. They will love to make an example of him, like a hotshot Chinese guy. Yeah, I don't think so. Ethereum Classic, shitcoin. Back in 2017, people thought forks were awesome. If you just let's take a network, and then we take 10% of the stupidest people in that network. And they copy it and go off and leave all the good net developers and 90% of the community here. And we're going to go invest in this tiny copy of the network, the fork, run by all the idiots who nobody liked in the original network. And that's the fork. So Ethereum Classic is one of those. It's already been 50% attacked multiple times. It's so stupid. Very stupid. Waves. I don't know even. I mean, I think they wanted to sort of be an Ethereum killer, but not even. And kind of silly. Zcash is the other privacy token I mentioned. I like Zuku, the founder. I feel like, maybe if privacy tokens turn out to be a thing, Zcash would be. To me, that I like it better than Monero for reasons that if you really think you know what you're talking about and you like Monero better, I'm not going to argue with you. You might be right. But anyways, if a privacy token becomes money, money is the bubble that never pops, then this thing could go to ridiculous high prices. So you own a teeny bit and maybe get lucky, but I wouldn't put too much in. Theta Network. Don't know what that one is. Tempted to click on it, but I want to keep the video moving. OMG Network. OMG. Oh, God. So they were again, 2017 darling. And I even got fooled by them for a second. They're like, oh, we're going to launch in 2 weeks. So McDonald's, I'm picturing you're going to walk into a McDonald's store and buy a burger with your Ethereum on your phone, thanks to OMG, and then realized it was all a bunch of bullshit. And then the thing was left for dead. Then all of a sudden, 6 months ago, Tether says, we have Tether, the biggest dollar peg token, is running on OMG Network. And it was like, oh my God, and OMG went straight up again. And then nobody used it again. Probably doesn't work or something. I would avoid OMG. The team there, I remember liking it for a minute, and they had a conference call, and it was like, the conference call, I almost fell asleep. They're like, yeah, so we are building our decentralized exchange. And I was like, oh my God, these guys are never going to launch anything. MakerDAO. You know, I tell you something. I love MakerDAO. This is Ethereum DeFi, and this is one, you know, if you want to get a little cute, to put a little bit in this, MakerDAO, so MakerDAO is where people lock up collateral, and then they can use that to borrow and create these DAI tokens. For a while, looking at its market cap, like, all the collateral was Ethereum and the interest rate was 0%. I'm like, how are they ever going to earn any money? Sort of the value accrues to the token by the money they earn on interest rates. And it was always like nothing. Well, all of a sudden, it's gotten a lot bigger. Interest rate is almost like 4% on a lot of the collateral. If you look at how much it's earning in interest compared to their market cap, it's about 6% return. Look, you know, you could almost call it like it's like a 6% dividend. It's not a dividend, but, you know, you can sort of look at it like that. That's pretty high, and it keeps growing. And this thing has not really moved. It's bounced between 400 and 800 since 2016. I think it's ready to break out. Just because yeah, I like it. I like it. Compound, I love Compound, the application. They have their governance token Comp. I don't know. Governance tokens scare me. I'm owning the Uni. Did we talk about Uni yet? I think I did talk about Uni and the Uni token. You know, one thing I should have said about the Uni token was I love Uniswap. Where was Uniswap? Did we do that already? Oh, yeah. Sorry if I didn't mention. You know, I love Uniswap, but does that mean this token, what is the token worth? Right? Uniswap is awesome, but what's the token worth? I don't know how to figure that out. Now, I think it's growing so fast. I think what I said, I'm going to talk more about this when I do my video on portfolio recommendation. So let's hold our hat there. But there is that question of what is it worth. So Compound is a similar deal. I love Compound, but what is the token worth? I don't know. And this one, so I don't know that I want to hold the Comp token just because I got my bet on if a crazy governance token is going to work. I got my Uni, right? They gave me some for free, earned some, you know, whatever. UMA. I believe this is an Ethereum DeFi token. It might be good. I don't actually know exactly what's going on. Paxos, that's another dollar peg token, one of the smaller ones. Don't know. You know, here's the thing. Paxos is probably from some bank and some exchange. And if you're using that bank and exchange and they're really good and you trust them and this is their dollar peg token, maybe that works for you. But it's smaller. I always like to find, everybody loves looking for the little ones. That's why, like, this video probably is going to be really popular with my viewers because everybody loves to look for the tiny, small shit thing that they think is going to go to the moon. You know what I like to do? I like to find the leader, the biggest, and just sit in it. That's usually what wins the most, and it's a hell of a lot easier. So if you want a dollar peg token, now with dollar peg tokens, the biggest is USDT Tether, which I don't trust. So that sort of defies that whole theory. But whatever. USDC and DAI are big enough, and two of the bigger ones. So also on some metrics, if you measure DAI, it has more users, more integrations in DeFi. You know, there's some metrics where DAI is the biggest, even though its market cap is not. Ontology, I can't remember what the deal is with this thing. They started out on Neo, so that makes me think that it's like stupid. But they sort of became their own blockchain. I don't know I'm not sure what their deal is. Dogecoin, you know, was started in like 2016 as a joke. And it was funny. The guy who founded it, you know, then abandoned it. And nobody works on it. It's not a real thing. It's just like it was a joke. It was funny. It's like one thing I like to tell my kids is like, yeah, you told that joke. It was funny. You told it again and again a couple times. It was kind of funny. It's like now the joke is old. Like, can we move on from you telling me the same joke again? So Dogecoin is sort of like that. People, oh, it's funny. It's not funny anymore. It's just a stupid. I hate to call it a shitcoin because I really like it. You know, the way it came out. It's a dog. It was funny. It was a great joke. It's like listening to an old Steve Martin routine, right? You got to appreciate it. It's just not that funny anymore, a lot of them, because it's so old. No offense to Steve Martin, and that routine had me rolling on the floor in 1980. But, you know, it's a little old. So Dogecoin, can we move on? FTX token, this is a centralized exchange token. FTX is this new, I don't know, I wouldn't mess with it. CUSDC, that's the USDC dollar token that's locked into Compound. Kusama, that, can't remember. I think that's one of these Ethereum killers, you know. Call me in the next bubble, we'll see. Aave Link, I think this is Link locked up in Aave, earned some interest. Ren BTC, this is BTC. If you want to own BTC on Ethereum, I would say own WBTC. There could be ways to earn good yield on Ren BTC because it might be good and not as many people have it. This is the BTC created by Ren, which we will get to here in a couple. And Ren is a DeFi, Ethereum DeFi app that I like. So, you know, I don't know. If you want to be safe, I'd prefer... Yeah, I mean, holding Ren BTC probably is safe. But maybe less liquidity. Like, who's trading it? So, I don't know. I don't love to be the first one to the party. Although, I am notorious for going to parties and actually showing up way too early all the time. But when it comes to investing, I don't like to be the first one to the party. When it comes to going to a cool party, I do like to be there early, even though that's not cool. Basic attention token. There's the Brave browser. I actually like this Brave browser for crypto. I mean, I don't know if it matters, but I like having a browser that's not fucking Google watching me every second. So that's cool. But is there any value to the token or use case to the token? I don't know. I wouldn't get the token, but I like the browser. And it's doing okay. Digibyte, is that the... So there's a gold price pegged token. And I think Digibyte is the network. That's the token for the network that offers this dollar gold pegged token. I don't know. I'm not a gold. I like digital gold. I'm full digital gold. People are like, well, oh, you know, a lot of people now want to buy gold because, you know, central banks printing a lot of money. You know, I just saw a thing today. Ethereum up 250% in 2020. Bitcoin up 150%, gold up like 25%. Like, I'm not into real gold. That's sort of, in the 1800s, gold was the shit, right? I mean, it's sort of like not cool today. Ren, this is Ethereum DeFi because they're bringing Bitcoin to Ethereum. You know, Ren, and this is one I can get into deeper when I talk about my portfolio recommendations, but I love it, but I worry about it. I love Bitcoin on Ethereum. I think they should focus 120% on that, but they're trying to, you know, interoperate with all these other shit, you know, Ethereum killer networks that have no volume, and like they're sort of all over the place. And the volume of BTC coming over to Ren started off huge. It sort of slowed down a little. So I don't know. It's risky. You know, at this price, it's come a long way. I liked it at 4 cents. I loved it at 4 cents. Actually, I didn't even love it at 4 cents because it hadn't really launched yet. I didn't know how it would do. But, you know, so I'll talk about that in another video. But this is an Ethereum DeFi, I think. OX is also Ethereum DeFi, but it's one of the smaller decentralized exchanges. I mean, basically, Uniswap is the king. Then you have this Curve. People think this, and then there's Sushi Swap that I hate because it's just, to me, it's probably a flash in the pan. But today, it's sort of hot. It was hot, and then it was not, and now it's hot. I think it will be not. You know, but maybe, whatever. I don't have religious feelings about these things. I follow the numbers, and when I look at the volume of all decentralized exchanges, OX is like number 4 or 5. I only want to invest in number 1, or possibly number 2, if number 2 is quickly about to overtake number 1, right? Why do, you know, everybody loves the small little guys. Invest in the winners. Decred is another sort of, you know, I shouldn't even say an Ethereum killer. I think Decred is a trying to be a Bitcoin killer, right? It's like Bitcoin with, I think. Is that, or is that well, Tezos was originally, but they have smart contracts. Decred, you know what? Decred. It's the bottom line is it's another blockchain that to me you've got Ethereum. There is a question in my mind whether any blockchain will maintain any significant value other than Ethereum. The way I think right now it looks is like Ethereum is going to have 80%. It's going to be the 80-20 rule. Ethereum is 80% of all activity, and then 20% all these other chains. And so, the question is, can one of these other ones grab 1 or 2%? That's the way it looks, the way it's going to play out. That's how it looks to me now. So I wouldn't bet on any of these who maybe gets a slice of the 20%. I'd rather just sit in Ethereum. True USD, another dollar peg token. Don't know much about it. Zaliqua, another blockchain. Again, probably call me in the next bubble. We'll see. I don't know much about it. HUSD, is that a Huobi? That couldn't be. I don't know who. This looks like another dollar peg token. Qtum, another, or Quantum, I think, or whatever it's called. I think this was another supposedly Ethereum killer. I don't, if they have some activity, nothing is happening on any of these other blockchains. And when I see a blockchain that's been around since 2017 and there's still nothing happening on it, it's sort of like, I don't know, that's a concern. Loopring, this is an exchange that is using, so one of the things that's happening on Ethereum is because it's crowded, it's slowing down, and so the next step is to build applications on what's called this layer 2, which allows everything, transactions to happen at like almost no cost and instantly. Loopring is a leader in building an exchange on this layer 2 technology, but it's not the automated market maker type of system. I think it's sort of like it's non-custodial. You know what? The bottom line with Loopring, they haven't had that much volume. It's just not it's not really going viral. So, I'm trying to keep this going fast, but I haven't looked at this in forever. Loopring. Let's just see. Every once in a while, I take a look-see here. Yeah, here's its volume. Like, it's not really growing, so I don't care, right? It's small and not growing. So, great idea, supposedly great tech, not happening. Energy Web Token, no idea what that is. If you like investing in energy, Tesla. Although Tesla is overvalued. I guess I would talk about that in my portfolio allocation as well. Algorand, Ethereum killer that has nothing happening on it. Again, call me in the next bubble. We'll see. Reserve rights token, don't know what it is. Aave, this is ETH locked in Aave, earning some interest. Thorchain, don't know it. This is the sushi swap. I don't get messed up in these brand new things launched by kids, one of whom has already tried to steal money. Like, avoid it. Icon, this one's funny. I love Icon's motto should be Icon. Connecting blockchains, interoperability between blockchains since 2017, but we still haven't connected any blockchains. Like, they've been working on it for like 3 or 4 years, and there's still nothing working or happening. BitTorrent, this was purchased by Tron, so I would avoid it. NXM, this is Ethereum DeFi insurance for DeFi protocols. Insurance is just over my head. I decided I'm just going to not even bother trying to figure it out. XM, and again, NXM is sort of a play on the value of Ethereum itself. So if you like this app, you might want to just buy Ethereum, right? But if you're a math whiz, some of this stuff you can maybe dig in deeper than I can, and then dig into how Nexus Mutual works. If you can understand it, even if you don't invest in it, just being able to understand it would be cool. I can't. Blockstack, don't know. Ocean Product Protocol, yeah, geez, data, decentralized data or something. It's not really DeFi, I don't think. And this is just, and we're getting too small. I almost never would buy anything this small. I shouldn't say never because I have. In Quant, I don't know. Kyber Network. This is, to me, the best example of why you have to be very careful once you go below Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, Kyber, in January of 2020, it was at 20 cents. I loved it. When you looked at decentralized exchanges, it was Uniswap and Kyber, and they were like almost the same size, and Kyber was growing like crazy. Looked like a no-brainer. And it was at 20 cents, and like, oh, and they're coming out with the dividend. Long story short, here we are now, whatever, it's 11 months later, but even, months ago, 7 months later, Kyber, like I said, it was like number 2 next to Uniswap. Now it's like look out below. I don't even know where it is. It's gotten destroyed in the last 6 months. I shouldn't even say destroyed. It has still continued to grow a lot, but everything else grew so much faster. And the thing went up to $2. So it went from 20 cents to $2. Now it's hanging at $1, but I don't love it anymore. Like, it's not, I guess you could say it's DeFi, but they have no plan to move to the layer 2. It's not the biggest. It's like now, like I said, I loved it a year ago, and now I don't even know why I would even think about it. So that's how fast things move. Hedra hash graph, that's another supposedly Ethereum killer that is doing nothing. Probably never will. Don't know Vitae. Ampleforth. This thing is funny. It's supposed to be a dollar peg token. I have never seen a token more volatile than this thing. And it's supposed to be dollar peg. I mean, it goes and when you look at, it's not just the price here. It's a dollar peg, but the amount of tokens you own go up and down. The volatility on this thing is, as somebody who understands and lives volatility, and when Ethereum moves 10, 15%, I don't bat an eye, right? But this thing is insane. I mean, today it only moved 10% today, so it's sort of a slow day. This thing is insane. So I would avoid that for now. I like that it's a non-governance dollar peg token, but it doesn't stick to the peg at all. And so I don't know. Lisk, I thought it was stupid in 2017. I don't even know what they're doing. Probably nothing. Bitcoin Gold, shitcoin, never had a purpose. Terra, don't know it. Aave, USDC locked in Aave, earned some interest. Band protocol. I think this is Ethereum DeFi. I'm not sure what the heck they do. Balancer. This is DeFi on Ethereum. I know what they do. I don't know the value of the token. Engine Coin. I used to know what they do. Numerai is interesting, but when I was researching it, I didn't get it. It seemed almost shady to me, or it didn't make sense. I was like, is this for real? But some people who I respect, like Chris Berninski, thinks it's good, and I don't know. I'm getting tired, guys. I can barely even explain this thing. Numerai. Crowdsourcing research, if that explains it. I think I might have to be done here. A, I'm tired, and B, I don't know what any of these are. Let's see if I see anything. Decentraland is this, remember Second Life? It's a 3D virtual world place built on a blockchain. Mana is their token. It sounds like sort of a cool game thing, but I don't play these games, and I remember with Second Life thinking, oh, this is going to be cool, and it sort of never went anywhere, but beyond that, it's not for me. Like, I would go into the virtual world, and I'm like, I don't really enjoy going around pretending I'm an avatar. Now, for those who love it, it's great, and maybe this will be something, but it's not for me. Don't know what these are, and that's 100. I'm curious. Let's just go past 100 for a minute. I wonder if I'll know what anything is here. Solana, supposedly Ethereum killer one. Nano. I remember Nano in 2017. Everybody loved it. I said, call me in 5 years. So 2 more years. If it's still around and people still love it, maybe it's something. New way of doing a blockchain. Matic. Static Network was is supposedly something for layer 2. The key thing to look at on Ethereum is what launches on layer 2, what launches with instant free transactions. And I think Uniswap's the other reason I'm sort of holding Uniswap. I don't like predicting. I like holding things because today it's awesome and people don't realize it. I don't like predicting it's going to be awesome and I already own it. But Uniswap, I think, is going to have a layer 2 solution, one of the first to have it, and I think that'll be a huge deal, and I think it's coming out soon. That, to me, will be super exciting, and I will make a video when it happens. So, subscribe, smash the like button. Thanks for watching. Holy crap, 50 minutes, no wonder I'm tired. Good night.